Spiky Penguins! This is NicoB here with a little update video. So first off, sorry, the name of the video is probably slightly vague. I tried to intentionally make it vague because I didn't want to incur the wrath of Nippon Studios. I don't really think they're probably keeping an eye on me or anything, but I just kind of want to do it just in case for reasons I'll get to in a second. But yeah, I know a lot of you have probably been like wondering, Nico, what happened to Hunter x Hunter? Why did you suddenly stop doing it? And while I did explain a bit in one of my live streams about what was going on, I didn't really have all the answers that I needed yet. So I didn't feel right making like a video explaining everything until I had gotten all those answers. And it took a while. It took a while to get those answers, mainly because YouTube is sort of understaffed right now. And I was only really able to get it thanks to the help of Funny Man, who is the same person who helped me with my my channel getting deleted last year. So I do want to give a really big shout out to him for his help in this process and understanding things. So first off, let me just explain real quick what's been going on. So some of you guys already knew this, but my Hunter x Hunter series has a tendency to get its videos taken down by the publisher or producer of the show, Nippon Studios. And they've probably done this now like 8 or 9 times to me where they've claimed a video. So the way it usually works with YouTube copyright claims is there's 2 types. One that is automated and one that is a manual claim. The automated ones happen almost instantaneously. The moment you upload the video, YouTube will automatically claim your videos. And this happens sometimes where something visually will get caught by YouTube and it will take it down. Like maybe I showed too much of one entire scene. And if that happens, I go back, I edit it back down even more before re-uploading again. And then the other ones are the manual claims. And that's what these have been. These manual claims don't tend to show up until usually a few days after the video's already been uploaded. After I've already gotten comments and views and all that stuff. This is what normally happens when a video gets claimed. I'll get a manual claim for just, by the way, just the visual aspect. I've never had an audio claim or a visual audio claim. So for those of you who are like, well, Nico, maybe you shouldn't play the sound as often. For far as I can tell, that doesn't seem to be a problem to them. They never seem to claim audio. And that's probably because, I barely play audio as it is, but it's always just been visual. I also want to make clear for those of you who think maybe, oh, they're claiming the video to claim the ad revenue. It isn't the case. If that was all it was, whatever, fine. But when they claim the video, it actually blocks the video from being viewed. So that's really kind of the issue here. So, okay, they claim part of the video gets taken down or made unviewable. So then I can dispute the claim. And the first one is kind of a freebie. You basically say, I believe this is fair use. And then they have 30 days to respond. If they don't respond 30 days, it gets released. If they choose to release it, it gets released. Or they'll say no, which is what they always do. They always say no. So I dispute it. They say no. I then can appeal it. And then again, they have 30 days to respond. Same process. Except this time, if they say no, I actually get a copyright strike and the video is removed entirely from the platform. From there, I can appeal it one last time. And this time it's basically telling the company that you're doing that to, if you want this video to get taken down, you're going to have to sue me or take legal action. And this time they only have 10 days, actually it's 10 business days though, to respond. And then this last one, they never do it. They never respond. They never follow up with that. And the video comes back up after 10 business days. And then of course the copyright strike also disappears as well. So that's what usually happens with these videos. But the most recent one, the one that was called The Grudge, which actually just popped back up. You might have noticed it is just shown back up on YouTube, but it was gone for a while. This one was actually not just a regular claim that they did on the video. They actually did a copyright takedown of it. And now this is different because it basically skips the first 2 steps and goes right to the video is removed, you get a copyright strike. Meaning that all you can do is appeal it and say, hey, if you want this video down, you have to take a legal action against me and then wait 10 business days again. And this is the first time they've ever done that. They don't usually do that. Usually it's just the claim. But they did it, they jumped straight to the end, which actually has its own benefits because the benefit of that is, well, it's a faster turnover, right? I don't have to wait necessarily 30 days plus 30 days plus another 10 days at the most. But the bad news is that when they do that, it means that I can more easily accrue 3 copyright strikes. Because you see, with the other claims, while they do take longer, I could sort of stagger them out so I don't have any more than potentially 2 strikes at any one time. You know, like, all right, I'm only going to appeal these 2 videos, which could result into 2 strikes, but that's not going to be 3. I should be all right. When that happened, I got nervous. I was like, oh crap, because I already had 2 videos that were actually being appealed at the time, meaning that there was a good chance, oh, they would say no to that, and then I would get 2 more copyright strikes, which would give me 3, and then I thought, oh crap, my channel might get removed. Shit, what do I do? I actually ended up having to cancel one of those appeals because I was afraid of that. So at some point in the future, episode 40 of Hunter x Hunter, I'm gonna have to re-edit and re-upload that because once you cancel appeal, you can't re-appeal it again. So basically that video is now dead in the water, which kind of sucks. But again, it's not because I thought there was anything wrong with the video. It was because I didn't want to risk getting 3 strikes. So I was getting nervous after that, right? I was like, oh crap, if they do that, if there's the risk that they're now going to suddenly mix and match of, well, the regular lesser manual claims that take longer or the ones that are fast and hard, the copyright takedown, it's a bigger risk, right? And I was a little nervous about that. So I decided to reach out to Funny Man, the guy who helped me before, and he is someone who works at YouTube. So I reached out to him to see, it's like, is there anything that YouTube could possibly do about these guys and the claims? Because the thing is, like, this always happens, right? Like, while they don't claim every single video that I post of Hunter x Hunter, it seems almost random which ones they end up picking. Like, I have no idea why they decided to take that one down, the most recent one, copyright takedown of that video, as opposed to some of the previous ones. Like, it seems random. Wasn't anything particularly egregious about that one versus any of the other ones. They've all pretty much been the exact same style and editing process. And so he told me, well, he could look into it and reach out to the copyright department and see if maybe there's anything they could do. I wasn't really terribly optimistic that they would be able to do anything. But he did tell me something else, though, that was very interesting that I was not aware of. Something that they added, some relatively new thing to make the copyright strikes that you get not as big of a deal as they used to be. You see, unlike before, where once you got 3 strikes, you basically got your channel just deleted. Now you actually get like a grace period, I think of about like 7 days, where you can dispute claims or appeal the claims on your video before your channel gets removed. But this countdown only starts if you haven't actually tried to appeal any of the 3 claims that have strikes on them for like 7 days. Meaning that if I were to appeal any of these claims, then I wouldn't have to worry about my channel getting deleted. There was like basically no worry about that. And I was like, oh, that's fantastic. That's awesome. And if that's the case, oh, well, it doesn't matter how many strikes I get, right? I get 4, 5, 6 or something. As long as I appeal them all like I always do, and they always end up getting released, then I could just keep going and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But when I looked at the article that talked about this, I saw that it also mentioned something about not being able to upload videos during this grace period. So I asked Funny Man about that, and he said he wasn't really sure. So he said I should probably reach out to YouTube and ask him. So I did actually reach out to the copyright department myself, and unfortunately, I got back this automated response that told me, hi there, you seem to be talking about copyright stuff. Here's an article or something to talk about it. Basically because they're understaffed due to the COVID stuff, so they don't really have anyone to answer my questions. So basically I had to rely on Funny Man again, which again, just a massive thank you for just going out of your way to do this, because it really did help me out, man. So thank you. And after some back and forth between him and his coworkers, because again, he's also working at home, and his coworkers live in different time zones, so a lot of times it just takes time between getting a message and sending it back and forth for a while. And what he sort of learned, so the 2 things: 1, would I be able to upload during the grace period? As someone who uploads on a daily basis, that's kind of a deal breaker, right? And 2, could YouTube or the copyright department help me out at all with this stuff with Nippon? And the answer is, with Nippon, will they be able to help me out? No, not likely. They said they don't think it was egregious enough basically to warrant that, which I'm not surprised. They said that basically the only way to really get like whitelisted by a publisher or one of these copyright guys is for them is basically to work with them and like have them allow that, which I don't really see happening here. And as for the grace period, the answer to that is unfortunately that I cannot upload during that grace period. So until one of those strikes disappears, which would then be 10 business days, right? I would not be able to upload any new videos to my channel. And that's kind of a deal breaker for me. If I wasn't someone who posted on the daily, that would actually probably not be that bad, right? Someone posts weekly, okay, maybe you miss a video or 2 or something, but I'll be back in a couple of weeks. But if I gotta post daily, which I try to do, that kind of creates an issue. And to be honest, Funny Man was actually very surprised by this, because the 10-day thing isn't really something that is within our control, right? Like, I can't decide to expedite anything. I have to just wait out the 10 days before these videos get put back up again. So it seems slightly unfair that I should also suffer the consequences of not being able to upload when the facts of the situation haven't been verified, you know? Now, I think it's one thing if, let's say, you did actually get a legal action like against you, then I could probably understand not being able to upload videos during that time. But if there's no conclusion yet, like if I'm saying, hey, in good faith, I believe that this is incorrect and they are not responding, I feel like I shouldn't be punished as well for, hey, yeah, you can't post during this time. So unfortunately, that would mean that if I got 3 strikes, I would have to wait for at least one of the strikes to expire before I'd be able to upload again. So not quite the answer I was hoping for. So I think the grace period, while nice, is a bit of a flawed system in a lot of ways. Though there is one thing I will say that has actually changed with the system that I do appreciate, that I wasn't actually aware of until it happened. So in the originally, when you actually when I got these videos claimed and I had to dispute and appeal them, the whole time, the videos are actually unviewable. They're just totally unviewable. Even while they're being disputed and appealed, the whole time you can't actually see them. They've actually changed that. So now after I have disputed a video, it doesn't immediately become viewable again, but after about like 2 days, it's back to being viewable again. Until NicoB responds. And it's super, I do wish it was immediately available. I don't know why it has to wait like a day or two, but I am glad because before, the whole reason that they're doing this is because they want to basically take it down. They don't want people to see it, right? So basically just gave them an incentive to just wait out the full 30 days, then say no to each claim. I say, no, it's fair use. Wait out another 30 days, and then no. And so it's like basically 2.5 months where my video could be totally unviewable. But now this actually gives them incentive that, oh, the video is back up again. I want it down for them to immediately counter the claim again. And hey, if they don't, at least the video is viewable for a while. So that's good. That's a good change. Like I said, would appreciate if it were more instantaneous, but I don't know. Maybe they gotta hop through some hoops. I don't fucking know. That said, though, that only actually counts for the first 2 steps. Once you get to that final like appeal process where the guys take legal action, the video remains unviewable for those full 10 business days. Okay, that's a lot of shit. I know it's a lot of stuff going on there. Oh, right. There is actually one other thing that's also really kind of mything me here is that the YouTube thing, I swear to God, it's not being accurate. The one it's telling me how much of each of the videos are being claimed. It's always like this weird 19 seconds of visuals. And I always thought that was super odd. Until I recently noticed that now they have this option to trim out the segment of the video to remove the claim. And I was like, oh, cool. That's actually really useful. Just trim out the 19 seconds. I mean, it might be a little jarring, but if I just get rid of that and it makes the video go back up faster, fantastic. Unfortunately, when I go to trim the segment, suddenly that 19 seconds is now 9 minutes, which is like basically all of the footage that I've used. And it's so fucking weird. And I don't know if it's either 1, YouTube is super overcorrecting itself to like just an insane degree, or 2, which I actually think is the more likely option, there's actually multiple visual claims, not just 1, but like many visual claims said over the course of the episode, but they aren't being shown when I go to look at the video. And if that's the case, that's a big fucking problem. That's a big issue with YouTube. Because a lot of my arguments even was just the fact that these guys were claiming only 19 seconds. I'm like, are you kidding me? Now, don't get me wrong. Even if it was the 9 minutes like I thought, I still say it's fair freaking use. It's fine. It's transformative in nature and is no way costing them money by showing it on YouTube. In fact, I've seen a lot of you guys say that you've actually gone and binged the entire series because of these videos. But unfortunately, like so many of these Japanese companies, they're still super behind on the times, right? Just like Nintendo was for so many years. They don't realize that a lot of these Let's Players or reacting guys, I mean, to an extent, right? Like, I don't mean reacting to an entire full episode and actually like just showing your face and showing the full episode, but like reacting to it in a super edited down, funny, transformative way, you know? Is actually good for their business. It actually helps their sales. It doesn't hurt them. And I just hope some of these companies start to realize that at some point. I really do. Because this shit is fucking stressful, man. So I'm sure a lot of you are wondering then, well, Nico, what are you gonna do then? What are you gonna do about this? Because it sounds like there isn't really like an easy solution, and there really isn't. But I do want to continue with my series. As much as it is stressful at times and it can be a pain in the ass dealing with this, I don't also want to like have to cut down any more than I already have for these episodes. To be fair, I'm being like already insanely ridiculous with the editing for these episodes. I've cut out so much of the episode. So many things are just cycled and re-shown again. I know what I'm doing is fair use. And I feel like if I cut out any more, it's gonna start really taking the enjoyment out of the videos. Because I do want people to at least sort of see what I'm even reacting or talking about or goofing on. So I don't wanna have to like remove or show even less than what I already have been for these episodes. Especially now that I'm like 40 some episodes into it. It would kind of suck if it's like, hey, the format suddenly changed. Now you see still images, only still images. And even then, they still would probably claim it. I don't really think it matters that much to them, to be honest. What do I do? If there's that constant risk of a video possibly getting claimed or copyright takedown, which then is like an immediate strike, is it worth doing? Now, I will say, what I have sort of noticed is that it does seem like the older videos don't tend to get claimed. It only tends to be the newer ones. So I'd say if like a week goes by and I haven't gotten hit or anything, I think I'm usually okay. But I do want to get to at least the end of this arc, which I think I have about maybe 12 episodes left. I will say on the bright side, like I said, the recent video, the one that got the copyright takedown, has been made viewable again. So copyright strike's gone, video's back up. I also do have one other video that was being appealed. And this is actually the reason why I didn't want to put Hunter x Hunter in the title of this video. That video literally has it's supposed to get its appeal dropped today. All right, it's gonna expire today, and they haven't responded. And I'm just hoping to God that like the last minute they don't just go like, oh, never mind, and then yoink it back down. So I don't even want to put anything in here that makes Nippon look my fucking direction. So if that goes back down, then I'm basically in the clear for now, right? Which means I can go back to re-uploading new episodes. So what my plan is from this point forward, once that video, hopefully, knock on fucking wood, gets released, I'm going to continue with the series, and I'm just gonna keep an eye on things. I think for the videos that end up getting taken down, I'm gonna go just as far as the freebie, right? The one that doesn't risk giving me a copyright strike until I get to the end of this arc. And then once I've hit the end of the arc, I'm gonna go back. If there are any videos that have been claimed, I'm gonna appeal them again, which might get me a strike, but then I'll do the appeal from there and then get the videos released again. And if any videos get taken down, I'm going to re-upload them over on Twitch until they are in the clear back on YouTube again, and then I'll just remove them and you can watch them back on YouTube. But if there's ever a point where I end up getting like 2 strikes suddenly, like back to back, right? From like 2 copyright strike takedowns of 2 different videos, then I might have to take a little break again. I hope that doesn't happen. There aren't that many episodes left of this arc, but I think that's probably the best way to go about it, just to be super careful. So hopefully, guys, I'm hoping from this point forward, we don't have too many more issues, but I can't guarantee it. You know, it's hard to predict with these guys, but I do want to just continue doing how I've been doing it. Because like I said, I don't think it really has anything to do with my editing of the videos. These guys don't care about that. I think if I even use still images of it, there would still be enough reason for them to want to remove it. These guys are just super overly uber protective of their IP to a ridiculous extent. And this isn't anything new. I knew that going into this series. I already heard the horror stories of Nippon Studio with Hunter x Hunter and probably all the other anime they've ever produced. So hopefully things go smoothly, but if they don't, if I get any more claims, I will let you guys know, all right? I wanted to make this a separate video as opposed to just putting this at the start of the next episode, like talking about it, because, well, one, there's a lot going on, and it takes a while to explain. But also, just so this video is here, so you guys can see it and always refer to it, and if you're like, what happened to Hunter x Hunter? Oh, this. It's probably this. But I am going to get to the end of this arc, guys, all right? I want to make that clear, all right? At the very least, I will get to the end of this arc. Now, will I come back to it at a later point? I would like to. I still would honestly like to do that, because I enjoyed the series a lot. And it's not just the Hunter x Hunter series itself. I like these types of videos. They're fun. It lets me edit and mess around with the videos in a new way that I don't get with the regular Let's Plays, you know? It's fun to kind of mix things up a bit. So it's my hope that the video that's on appeal will get released today, which if it does, I will post a new episode tomorrow on Saturday. Even if it doesn't, I probably still will, because then I would still only have just a singular strike with no other risk of getting another one. So you probably expect a new episode. Finally, I know, the episode that a lot of you guys have actually been really looking forward to me seeing, being released sometime on Saturday before the live stream. And then hopefully the remainder of the series goes without too much of a hitch. But if they get taken down, I'll let you guys know over on Twitter or the community tab of YouTube. But we'll get to the end of this, all right? We'll get to the end of this arc at the very least. I want to see Kurapika kick some monkey ass. Gon and Killua as well. And maybe Liario, maybe he'll do something. Wouldn't that be sick? But anyway, I think that's everything. I've tried to cover as much as I possibly could. There's a shit ton of fucking information. If you have any questions, though, feel free to ask in the comments. I will reach out and try to answer as many questions as I can if there's anything that I left out. And if there is a point, if there's ever a moment where I have a risk of like there's 2 strikes going on, maybe I'll do a smaller series for a bit while I wait for the 10 days to expire. I will say, at least on the bright side, the strikes do expire more quickly than the claims, which are the 30 days. So, I mean, it's something. Though I could honestly stand it to go a little less. Why does that have to be 10 fucking business days? The other ones are 30 days, not 30 business days, just 30 days. Why are these gotta be 10 business days? It's basically 2 weeks, all right? Just say it's 2 weeks. But anyway, guys, I think that's it for now. I will also have a live stream tomorrow. I think I'm probably gonna continue with the rest of the Shantae, and then I think maybe do an additional game after that because there's not a whole lot left of it. But I'll tweet about that or post to the community tab about it. So just keep an eye out for it, and hopefully keep an eye out for that next Hunter x Hunter episode sometime tomorrow. But again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully now you guys understand sort of what's been going on and why this series has been sort of off and on. We can do this, guys. We're gonna get to the end of this. We're gonna see what the hell happens in this arc. But anyway, Picky Penguins, thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, till next time, stay classy, guys.